Hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to show you how to order an EDDM through Total Expert, as well as how to kind of do it through the USPS website. So let's kind of jump in here. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm already logged into Total Expert. So this is the view you will see when you're in Total Expert. For some agents, obviously, your guys' left-hand side is going to be a little bit different than mine. I am in an admin account, so slight differences here. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Print Marketing, Create New. From there, what that's going to do is it's going to take me to every single piece we have uploaded into Total Expert. Full disclosure, that can definitely be a little bit overwhelming because there is 35 pages of templates and there's really no method of madness when it comes to the organization of these. So typically what I recommend is utilizing the tags function. For me, as you can see on the screen share, it is right here. And for you guys, it'll be up here in the top right-hand corner. So one of the slight differences between mine and your account. Reason I kind of bring this up is because this is a good way to filter out your search. So if you're looking to do an EDDM, what you're going to do is you're going to select that EDDM's tag, and then from there, every single EDDM within Total Expert is going to auto-populate. So we'll kind of scroll through here, see which one we like. What's also pretty cool is each piece is displayed a split within Total Expert. So you're going to have an idea of what portion of the cost you're going to be on the hook for when it comes to these. To give you guys an idea on pricing, EDDM cost is around 38 cents per. So to give you an idea, if you're splitting that cost 50-50 with your loan officer, you're looking at around 19 cents per. To put that in perspective, EDDM postage alone is around 19 cents per. You're looking at a substantial price break on that front. So let's kind of get into it, the order process, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one because it's one of my favorites, the neighborhood giraffe. So we'll click Actions, Select. From there, it'll take you to this page. This will always auto-populate your information. So what I'm going to do is select Allison Realtor. You'll just need to select your lender drop-down. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my disclaimer state as Missouri. Obviously, you will select the one that you are originating in or doing business in, because that's going to make sure you populate all the correct state disclaimers. So from there, we'll hit Customize and Publish. And what Total Expert is going to do is it's going to pull your information in from your account. So as you can see, it's going to automatically populate it here at the bottom of this piece. So from here, obviously, you can make some changes to this piece. That is a good opportunity to utilize this draft notes section here. So if you're kind of looking at this and you're like, this looks pretty cool, I like what it says, I kind of like the feel of it, but the colors don't match my brand. That is a good opportunity to utilize this draft notes section. So say, change the colors, KW red. Just a random example. Obviously, we can match any brokerage, any colors that you guys need. Our team has created all these templates in Total Expert, so we have full design capabilities over them. So let's say that's one of the changes you want to make. So I'll save my first draft. That's pretty much like saving your work. So what's kind of cool about that is now our team can kind of go in and mess with this. Your loan officer can go in here and mess with this. So say you did get a call, you're unable to move forward with this. Now that you've saved first draft, anyone can kind of jump in and keep the ball rolling for you. So next thing I'm going to show you is the USPS website. This is a free to use program. What's kind of cool about the USPS website is you can literally play around with the routes you're looking to target. So I'm going to go in here. I'll do the example of our corporate office here, Woodcrest address. What's kind of cool is you can search by an address or a zip code. So you can be as hyper sensitive to the search or as big picture to the search as you want. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll search our office address. Now what this is going to do is it's going to pull up. We'll give it a second to load here. It's going to pull up the route that hits our office address here. One thing I do like to note, and you can kind of see it from this example, is there's really no method to the madness when it comes to some of these USPS routes. For example, this one hits this area as well as these random areas down here. So always important for you guys to go in and take a look at this stuff. Obviously, our team can help you out with all this as much as you need, but you guys are going to be the experts of your area. So it is important for you guys to take a look, get a feel for where you want this to go. So it looks like this route would be the one that hits our office. What's kind of one note about EDDMs is the minimum of them is 200, but most routes do hit that 200 minimum. What's also pretty cool is you can double up on routes. So say like, I love where this one hits. Maybe I also want to hit this neighborhood as well. So what's kind of weird about this is, as you can see, those are two different post offices, but still can encompass them in the same order if you would like. Kind of weird, just how sometimes they split stuff up. Just keep an eye on it. Our team will always let you know where these need to go, what post office they need to go to. That's kind of one of the downsides of EDDMs, I like to say. I know it's never fun. It's like going to the DMV. You're never excited to go. They're never excited to see you. But these EDDMs do have to be dropped off at the post office tied to the route. But again, we bundle them, package them to meet the post office requirements. All you're doing is taking the big box mailers, setting it on the post office's desk, and say, have a nice day. They'll hand you a receipt, and you're good to go. So from here, what I also like to point out with the USPS website is there's some demographic information for you guys to be had as well. Again, free to use website, so you can play with this as you will. So as you see, when I hover over this little route here, it highlights in purple. And then at the top, you can see all the demographic information here. So you can see average income, average household size, average age range, which is also a sliding scale. So if you're like, hey, I kind of want to narrow down my search, maybe I'm looking to target an older demographic, we'll go 65 to 85 plus. You can change out that sliding scale. And then when we hover over this section, it'll tell you. So 72% of this route I'm hovering over now is in that 65 to 85 plus age range. So a pretty good area to target, especially if you're looking to kind of target these people to sell their house and maybe size down, if you will. So definitely not a bad route to kind of look at. It's all kind of depending on what you're looking to do with these mailers. They run the gamut. So obviously we have some farming stuff, just listeds, just solds. We have a ton of options on that front. We've also seen people partner with small business. So do a little small business spotlight on the front and then have your guys' information on the back. I've also seen people do sports schedules on these, neighborhood event schedules. I always like to say the options are endless. If you have an idea and you want to convert it into an EDDM, just let our team know and we'll definitely do our best to accommodate for you. So we'll go ahead, we'll move forward with this order here. So all we'll need from you guys is just the routes you're looking to send to. So for example, would be the information we would also put in draft notes. I'm just going to copy and paste it. You can always email your marketing coordinator this, but I think it's definitely nice to put it in the draft notes because you can always go back and reference it at a later date, or you can always have my team go in and reference it at a later date as well. So we'll go in here, we'll put those routes in here. Control, there we go. I'll hit save first draft again. So again, that's going into the notes section here. So always referenceable when looking back on these orders. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select publish. It's going to let you know that you're not going to be able to make changes once you click that button. That doesn't mean changes aren't going to be able to be made to the piece. Typically, after payment is submitted, the order gets kicked to our ticketing system. And then from there, your marketing coordinator goes in and makes all the changes in the draft notes that you have specified. If you don't have changes, we'll still send you a proof as well. We think that added opportunity for you guys to go in, take a look, make any changes is very important as well before we send anything to print. So I'll click OK. I'll go back here. So what it'll do is sometimes it hits the compliance approval. Not all pieces do that compliance step. But if you ever are wondering, if it says pending approval, that means you're just waiting on compliance to approve it. Typically, they approve it within an hour window, and then you'll get an email letting you know it is approved. And then you can come back. It'll be in print marketing, saved, and then you can see it in your approved orders here. Otherwise, if there is no compliance step, you're good to move forward with it as we just saw it there. So we'll click this actions button. You have a couple of different options here. Typically with EDDMs, these are always printed through us because they are pretty print labor intensive, if you will. But for some other pieces, which I'll cover in a couple of other videos, you can always generate it as a PDF, which means print it on your own, or generate it as a PNG and post it on the social media. What's kind of cool about Total Expert is if you go these two routes, there's no cost for you to do that at all, completely free for you guys to use. So I'll go ahead, I'll click this print and ship button. From here, what it's going to do is it's going to take me to the order screen. Like I said earlier, minimum for EDDMs is 200, maximum is 5,000. If you ever did want to do more than 5,000 EDDMs, that's 100% an option. We would just split it up into two orders. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll reference the EDDM website again real quick, just to get an idea of what number we're at here. One other note I like to make is we typically ignore businesses because they don't usually get a ton of value out of these. Obviously, there's only 24 on this route and 41 on that route, but that's just added postage and added money in your guys' pockets that we don't want to take. So we always remove businesses from these because again, they don't typically get a ton of value out of them. So for the purpose of this, I'm just going to use this 667 number. We'll copy paste. We'll put in 667, and this is where you can kind of play around with costs. We'll click enter. We do free local shipments to all of our branches. They're overnight shipments. So it's usually a Wednesday for Thursday delivery or a Thursday for Friday delivery. I would say 95+% of agents do utilize the free branch shipment because that's just not adding any cost onto your end, which I think is important. If you ever did need it shipped directly to you, you could always utilize this FedEx 2-day shipping option. What's kind of cool is that cost is going to be split based on the piece. So you're looking at a portion of that $19.85. But hey, free, who doesn't like free? We'll do the free branch shipment. We'll click update rates. And then from here, what this is going to do is it's going to give you a price breakdown of the piece. So for 667 total EDDMs, The print cost is going to be that $253.46. That's all in cost: printing, paper, postage, bundling, etc. And then from there, you're going to see a cost breakdown here. So that's going to let you know what portion of the cost you're on the hook for, as well as what portion of the cost your loan officer is on the hook for. So it gives you a really good idea of kind of what you're looking at on this piece. So for this example, the agent would be looking at $144.47, and the loan officer would be looking at that $108.99. To put that in perspective, obviously this isn't exactly a 50-50 split piece, but for $144.50 to send to 667 addresses, that's pretty advantageous. Because if you think about it, if 1, 2 of those postcards hit, obviously you've made your money back and then some. So always keep that in mind when it comes to EDDMs. Another thing I always like to mention with EDDMs is the consistency factor. The more consistent you are, the more people are going to remember your name, remember your brand. So I always like to say you should hit mailboxes at least a month, and then try to target the same area for at least 6 months, ideally a year, if you want to gain those yields. I always think it is important, like I said earlier, to not only do the just lists, just solds, but some of that fun stuff as well. Obviously, you want people to see, hey, what kind of business they're doing, but on the flip side, you want to provide them something of value, because you kind of want to stand out when you're amongst a mailbox as well. Be that piece of mail that people are taking the extra couple minutes to take a look at. So from here, I will check this box. We'll hit submit order. And then what this is going to do is it's now going to move you to the orders page. Unfortunately, you are not done yet. There is one step left. So what we'll do is you'll see this actions button. You'll click those 3 lines, and then it'll give you the option to pay. Once you submit payment, what is cool is now that order gets kicked over to your ticketing system, and you'll hear from your marketing coordinator, usually within a couple hours, getting ready to move that ball rolling, get your order ready to go. From a turn time standpoint, usually what we say is about a week, and that means from receiving your order to you having the order in hand. If you ever did need something quicker, we always are able to accommodate. Just let your marketing coordinator know, be like, hey, I'm sorry, but I need this a little bit quicker, and they'll definitely do their best to accommodate. But that's kind of what an EDDM order looks like. If anyone has any questions or concerns, definitely feel free to reach out to me. I'm always able to do a training for you guys, and your marketing coordinator and loan officers are also a resource for you guys as well. Until next time, have a good one.